Kemdi. My name is James Griffin. Welcome to the Frankfurt International Book Fair 2024. What do you think?
It's beautiful, James.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is this your first book signing event?
This is not the first book signing event, yes. Actually, the second one.
All right, but how is the experience this time around?
It's beautiful.
Excellent. Well, I want to tell our readers, our fans, more about you, because you're the highlight of the day. Today is Sunday, right, for the Frankfurt International. Tell us a little bit something about yourself.
Well, I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
I studied in the United States of America. And the first of 11 kids.
First of
11 children.
Wow.
Yes.
What's that like?
It's beautiful. And all of us are all graduates, so.
Okay.
So I have an educational family, so.
All right. Now, I'd like to come to a point where you could share us details about your book. Could you give us details about your books?
Actually, by writing the books or being an author came out of the experience in my life journey. I left Nigeria in 1979. Okay. Precisely August of 79, to study in America.
I see.
After I studied, my interest was to go back to Nigeria and give back.
And give back.
Make life better.
In Nigeria?
Yes. And after my doctorate degree in education and social policy, I thought it wise to go back and join the political train. It was a rough terrain. I jumped into it, and in that journey came a lot of things that sparked up in me.
Oh, yeah.
That Kemdi, you should do something about this.
I see.
And being that I believe in education, I like to create awareness, and also come from the school of thought. Is you can't solve problems you don't understand.
Agreed.
And in my political journey, I came in contact with a whole lot of the populace, the elite group as well, and the artisans, and the middle class. I was able to interact proactively with them. In most cases, talking about the issues of Nigeria.
I see. I have a question. What influenced you? Because since you were studying and you were doing well in America, what influenced you to give back? What was that influence you had to give back to Nigeria?
Because I've seen others which I actually wanted to emulate. People that have made a difference in life.
I see.
And I saw myself as one of those. Not so much of being a hero, but creating an impact. Because I believe in this life journey, from the day you were born to the day you expire, one day people would say, how do you fill up the dash along the way?
I see.
Filling up the dash along the way is your life journey. How did you impact other people's lives?
Wow.
And I'm also someone who believes in human capital development and also uplifting humanity. My parents taught me this, to be very philanthropic, because they are very philanthropic.
Really?
They are still living. And I impacted such as well. I saw such in my wife, and both of us impacted the same thing in our children. So our children are very philanthropic.
Wow.
So giving back is part of that journey, part of that thinking.
That is incredible.
Yes.
If you were to ask, or if you were to give sort of a sneak peek of your fans, of your readers, of what they can find inside the book, what are the expectations? And could you reel them in a little bit about what they will find inside your books?
Inside the book, they will find knowledge, a body of knowledge about Nigeria, which will be more like also a testament of what they can find in their all various countries, if I'm talking about globally.
Okay.
the inside the book have commonplace problems that everybody can identify with.
Which is also maybe in Germany. It's also in the
Germany,
United
in
States.
Dubai, in Australia, just name it.
It's the same.
The same problem, because inside the book, I made a lot of comparisons as well.
I see.
Of the topics. That's why I'm
Excellent.
saying what I'm saying. So what is in Nigeria is also in America.
Okay.
But then I look at how it's being done in America versus how it's being done in Nigeria. And I ask my question, why can't we emulate this
Interesting.
and do it the right way? So, of course, there will be differences. There will be structural differences in how it's done. So I took it upon myself to go home and evaluate some of these things. It's a journey, my political journey, you know. So I started writing dialogue questions. I started questioning myself.
Really?
Yes. And sometimes you have to put yourself to the test first. So it can be, if you're confronted with such a problem, how would you resolve it? Then I said, wow, just like President Obama would say, he said, I don't answer any question that I don't understand.
Right.
So I want to understand it first before I can answer.
It seems like you had a lot of pushback.
Yes. So I said to myself, yeah, okay, it can be, if you're confronted with this question, how would you approach it? So that question becomes an issue in the Nigerian context.
Exactly.
Okay. So.
And all of that is inside
the book. So when I look at it from that lens, then I look at it from the lens of everybody else. And I look at it from the lens of an idiot proof, which means everybody can comprehend this.
Amazing. Okay, that's really nice.
Yeah,
Because there's a wide array of audiences.
That's correct.
And we want to give them a reason why they should care, even the slightest.
Exactly.
Whether it's they love their country that much, that they could also use the book as a reference on how they can become part of that movement.
Yes.
It seems like this is a movement.
Yes.
That you're creating.
Yes. And also thought about generational change.
Right.
You know, for every 10 years, you have that turnover.
Sure.
And you cannot teach old dogs new tricks. So this book is actually targeting the Gen Z group, you know?
I see.
Because they are the future leaders of the nation. Right. So I believe creating this awareness and educating them, profiling good solutions of how we can go about doing this. That generation, if they read this book, will become future good leaders, which we are advocating.
Incredible. So you are building leaders.
That's correct.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's correct.
I'd like to find out, because in the question here, it's asking for a favorite author. But I think my better question is, who are those leaders out there that you sort of identify as a model or as inspiration in starting this movement today?
It's not even so much of the leaders. If I look at the leaders, I have to look beyond the shores of Nigeria.
I see, right, exactly.
Okay. Look at President Clinton, you know?
Right.
And I look at President Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm looking at what is going on in America now. Mm-hmm. And I kind of admire Harris.
I see.
Yeah, because they all come from the same school of thought. Okay, you look at things from a different lens. And I believe that good leadership or good leaders must be visionaries. And I see them in that domain.
In that scope. All right, okay. I love that. I love that. Yes. We all need visionaries.
Yes, and I see myself as that kind of
one.
Yes,
excellent. All right. Next question is, what are your aspirations and career goals for the year 2025? Like, what do you hope to achieve for next year?
I hope to brand myself as a formidable author in the literary world. Me too. I want to see my philanthropy grow. I have two of them actually. case Kemdi Chino Opara Foundation,
Yeah.
which is more like a talent hunt for the younger people. I believe, like in Nigeria, which is my catchment area, there are a whole lot of wasted talents on the streets of Nigeria as I walk around.
Incredible.
Gave rise to why that foundation is there.
I see.
I also have one, it's called Gist Agrica Empowerment Foundation, which is actually geared towards agriculture. And I believe Nigeria should feed itself.
For sure.
Yeah, a lot of people are interested in agriculture.
Yeah, just going back, we were talking a little bit about some of the leaders that you felt that has inspired you
Exactly.
in your journey. Now, my next question is, how do you connect with your readers, with your fans in today's world?
Very simple. My writing style is more like very provocative, thought-provoking.
It is.
Yes. Kind of like picks on your curiosity
Right.
to see what is in there. And then once you start reading it, you get glued to it.
I see.
Because the things that I'm bringing out are things that are real, that are commonplace.
Right.
And the presentation style is very understanding. It's not too complex.
It's easy to read.
Yes, and you can relate to it. That's the most, relation. You can relate to what you're reading.
Right.
And once you can relate to what you're reading, that's it. That's all it takes.
Okay.
It calls for an interesting read.
And also because of your branding
Yes.
as well, that helps out in getting connected with
Exactly.
more following. Just recently, we were talking about how we can connect to Nigerians in Canada. It's something that we might be looking into. So Nigerians who are in Canada, watch out because we might take over there.
Yes, in the U.S., in different cities,
In cities as
Yes.
well, in the U.S. for
Yes.
sure. Now, I'd like to find out more about the personal side of things on top of being the author. What are your favorite hobbies or activities aside from writing?
I love to read. I love to go walking. I play some sports.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been doing it lately. I like to socialize.
All right,
actually.
that's cool.
I like to make friends. I love traveling. That's one of my biggest things.
What are the top 3 places you think are your favorite so far?
I've been to the Caribbean islands.
Cool.
Yeah, the different parts of it. And my wife and I were talking about going to Greece. I want to go to Athens because of the historical nature of
I see, yeah.
the place. Yes. I've been to London. I've been to parts of Germany. Now I'm in Frankfurt. I've been to Cologne, Hamburg, and just name it. I've been to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam sounds
Switzerland. I always frequent Brussels. So I've been to quite a number of countries to actually influence my thinking of knowing my right from my, from wrong.
I see, to your journey.
Yeah, that's my journey.
I see.
So, and I believe when you travel, you should pick one or two things that are good about that place.
Okay, and
And,
that impacts you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, just circling back on the writing process, what was the writing process like? How was it for you?
Initially, the first book was very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Difficult is like the evolving of your writing style.
All right.
How do you approach? Because it's the first project I did.
Okay.
But once I was able to scale through with that,
Yeah.
the other ones come so easy.
Really?
Yes, because I have a writing pattern and I develop a team just like this one, extra burning issues and the way forward in Nigeria. Because I found a problem, a niche,
I see.
and I knew that niche is big. I'm talking about issues of the nation.
Correct.
There's so many of them. My first collecting point was more to come up with the dialogue questions.
I see.
That. I kept on doing it until I was able to come up with 150 of them.
Really?
Yes. Then turn each of those into a topic. More like writing an essay.
Exactly.
You know, you go back finding, the issues of that, and also come from that school of thought that you cannot fix what you don't understand.
Exactly.
So the first thing is coming up with that question is like you challenging yourself. So when you ask a question, you want an answer. So before that, I expanded on the details bordering that question that gave rise to me profiling solutions for that problem.
Okay. How has been the response so far from the readers when they get a chance to read it? How do they get back to you?
Very good. Very good.
They're very pleased.
Very, very pleased.
Okay.
The first thing is to get somebody at the point of sale.
Sure.
And once they open the book, it's like they want to go with it. Okay. I mean, you've seen an example of it.
Right.
The book is gone. So, and a lot of them are excited to go and read. And I also thought about a picture paints 1,000 words. So, my idea, there are also some pictorial illustrations of
Actually,
what the topics
are
all about. Yes.
Because there's a colored book as well, so they get to see that in full color.
Everything. And they could relate. These are actual people, actual life, actual occurrences. And I was capturing them as they were happening.
Okay. Now we're down to the last two questions. I would like to find out, for those that are aspiring writers or aspiring leaders, I would like you to get this opportunity to also share a few tips, maybe on what you would, or what kind of path you would want them to take, or any tips for aspiring fans or aspiring leaders.
First of all, you have to be very passionate about what it is you want to write about. Coming up with a topic is one.
Sure.
And coming up with that topic has to do with an issue, what is actually happening. What is it that is bothering you? What is it that you want to uncover?
Yeah.
You come up with that, okay? The topic might not just come out right away. It will not jump out.
Sure.
It will jump out when you actually develop in the body of work. Then the topic comes out.
Okay.
And so number one thing is that you must be passionate. You must be also patient.
Oh, for sure.
In doing the work, because you might write this the first time you write, you don't like it. You can't even publish it. You know what I'm saying? So you go back at it and try to rework the thing. It will be a back and forth thing that you have to do. You have to be a good level of dedication, because this is actually what you want to do. It has to be a body of knowledge. What are you trying to impact?
Good one.
So it has to be a body of knowledge. So in most of my writing, I'm trying to create an awareness. Sometimes what people don't even want to address.
Sure.
But I believe is borders on uplifting humanity if we're able to talk about this. So sometimes when you don't dialogue or talk about something, then it doesn't go away.
Yeah, the problem just keeps on becoming bigger.
Yes, and then you look at the bigger picture of what I'm writing about is good leadership and good governance in Nigeria. If we have that, the problem is halfway solved in Nigeria.
I agree.
But then those people in the corridors of power have to have a knowledge-based idea
on how to run
of what the nation needs. If you don't have that, you cannot be a good leader. You have to have a good grasp of what it is, and then you have to be a visionary, and then you can come out to lead.
I agree. In writing books like this, it takes a lot of courage too, because you're addressing a nation in a way. You're also giving awareness to people in, as you said, the corridors of power.
Yes.
So where is that courage coming from?
The courage is coming. There's always a fear.
Yes.
Of you fleshing out these things, but also it's a thin line you have to walk. It's a delicate line, So if you watch all my books, they were not like in a bashing form. I was not bashing anybody. First of all, it's a style of writing. You defining a problem and you're analyzing a problem. In that process, I'm not bashing anyone.
Okay.
So my fixation is on that problem.
Factual, objective.
That's correct. And after that, then what is the solution? Well, you can't just point out a problem without profiling a good solution. Then in the midst of that, you said, can we look at it this way? It's a friendlier way of saying something. So nobody will refuse that.
True.
So my father will always say, English language is very tricky.
Yeah.
There is a way you use it, and it will cause trouble.
All right.
And there is a way you use it, it won't cause trouble.
Yeah.
He always tells me that. And I said, what is that? He said, you can call somebody an idiot, right? Yeah. It depends on how you say it.
Yes, exactly.
You say, you can talk about everything that's bothering around what the person is doing, and then you could say, you see, it's only an idiot that would do something like that. In that sense, he didn't call him an idiot. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
But you say what you have to say.
That is interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Well, all right. Well, this was a good show today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here,
Yeah.
Kemdi. Now, I would like to invite people to come and read the book, and perhaps maybe join you in your next event.
Yes.
Or maybe come introduce your next book if you have any. Go ahead.
Please, I've written all these books. It's a body of knowledge, and it's a must read. Invite you to at least try to open the pages of the book. Maybe you won't let it down. It will be a continuous reading. I have a team, I have a series of it. It's called The X-Ray of Burning Issues and the Way Forward. But I segmented this book into different areas in Nigeria. Nigeria in detail, Nigeria ahead, Nigeria in focus, Nigeria in review, and the series go on and on. And globally, the world is a global village as well. Everything I've written in these books, you can also mirror them in other countries, in the context of what those countries are. Because I did a lot of comparison of some of those topics in advanced countries, how they've been practiced, and I asked questions, why are they not being done in Nigeria the same way?
Yeah.
So read the book and see. It's not only, even though the title is Nigeria, you could pick up a lot about good leadership and good governance in any country you find yourself in. Thank you very much.
All right.
Join me in all my book signing events as they come along.
Congratulations. That's a wrap. And thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned for more interviews or for more upcoming shows.
Thank you.
This was the 2024 International Book Event in Frankfurt.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right.